Smelling me some cornbread.
Welcome to the Cornbread Podcast, a multimedia-verse production.
Hello.
Second episode of the year.
Yep.
And we're just going to jump straight in.
Vibes.
Pound it
hard.
and just
I do have something I want to talk
through.
to you guys about.
You go first.
Came to my mind.
Okay, came
Switch
in a
2.
dream.
Switch 2.
What dream?
Switch 2.
Switch
This was
2
definitely a wet
coming
dream if it's
out.
about the Switch 2.
What are our thoughts?
It's a Switch and it's two.
It's the second
It's
one.
the second one.
It's the second
Second
Switch.
one.
It's got
So anyway.
different Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slightly.
yeah.
No,
There's
no.
like Poppy and
It's a
mouse.
fucking mouse, mate.
It's got different
Yeah,
Joy-Cons,
you can
mate.
do the
One
glide thing.
analog and a mouse. That's
Mice-
dope as fuck.
mice-
That's quite
Con,
cool.
man.
Who?
MiceCon.
MiceCon.
Dual USB-C.
But my concern is how are you going to press the buttons on the Joy-Con?
Like a mouse.
Yeah, but like you got to hold it weird because it's
No,
not
like,
round,
it's
is
like
it? So
you've seen my mouse, right? With like the side buttons.
yeah, like a disabled mouse. Like
Or
where
maybe
it's like
don't
the,
use
like,
it like a mouse. Maybe
It's
like
just a gaming mouse.
maybe like flick your wrist forward to.
yeah. Well, it
I
just
think it'll just work like
so
a
you
normal...
think you kind of hold it like this and then you press the
Because it'll
buttons
be,
like
it'll almost be like that, right? Like holding it like
like
that,
Yeah.
and then the buttons are just like here for your fun.
Yeah.
That's a USB-C.
Yeah,
dongle,
for anyone on
by
the
way,
camera.
on
Anchor.
visuals.
Okay,
I think
so
it'll be easy to
yeah,
do.
I mean, I don't think they would have done it if it didn't ergonomically work.
Because
But
you're not
that
going to rely on your thumb to hold it because it's on the
That is
desk.
the most genius move
Oh, yeah.
that you can do to bring the Switch into competitive first-person shooting world.
Yeah.
can't
Oh,
you?
for sure.
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. They can
Like
expand
the
that.
only thing that
And
said that
point-and-click puzzle games.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
COD and the Tales of Monkey Island are going to do so well.
But it is a little bit like... It kind of calls back to the Wii a little bit where you can...
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
because the
gonna
Wii
be-
is quick aiming. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
That'll be really cool. See what they do with the games. I'm
I mean,
Yeah.
the
curious
Switch
what-
is fast.
The Switch
aiming
is-
as well,
Switch
quick
is
aiming,
amazing.
because you've got
Yeah,
the Joy-Con.
that's valid.
Yeah, but it doesn't aim. It only rotates.
Oh.
So it can.
No, I swear you because you use it with a pointer in Mario Galaxy.
But you can't aim with it in Mario Galaxy.
You can use it as like the.
Yeah, but you rotate and it moves, but you can't aim it like this at the TV because there's no sensor bar. And it doesn't work like a light gun used
Does it
to.
do it like if I tilt it right, it will go right?
I can't remember because
It's
I
probably
only ever
movement
played it
based.
with like the
Yeah.
main controller. But you would tilt it and it would like move as if it was being rotated, like almost.
I think it's
But-
cool, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey ho.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm excited. 24-player Mario Kart looks fucking
Insane.
carnage.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get a Mario game, by the way. I'm
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
it's Mario
Mario
Odyssey
Odyssey
2,
2.
but to be honest, even if it's not, it doesn't really matter. A new Mario game's cool.
Super Mario
curious, like,
Legacy.
Yeah,
Super Mario
64.
Rainbow.
It wouldn't even surprise me.
Yeah, no, I just want that. I'm Pokemon ZA, I'm hoping,
Yeah.
is like Arceus but works, because Arceus is cool and with things to do in
The
it.
thing is, if the spec's good... They haven't announced the spec yet, have
They haven't yet, but
Which
I
is a
think
bit
a lot of people are
unfortunate.
thinking it's going to be as powerful as like a PS4 Pro, which would make sense, because it's always been graphically one
A little
behind,
bit
hasn't
behind,
it? Yeah.
But it definitely needed an upgrade. For,
Yeah.
Of course it'll be OLED because
I don't know if it is,
They
not
probably
necessarily,
will.
but
They probably will because they've
Isn't
got
the
the Switch
screen
OLED.
confirmed like what it will be?
I can't remember.
I
But
don't know. I've actually only seen the little teaser bit.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
basically nothing announced for it.
There's
They're going to do
a
it in
direct
April,
tonight,
but-
isn't there? Or tomorrow?
Oh, maybe.
No, they're going to announce the Switch in April.
Switch 2 is going to be an 8-inch LCD.
LCD.
So, yeah.
LCD.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah,
I,
but
like
no.
I do like the design, though. It feels more sleek and more like...
I like that they've just
mature,
done the same
solid
thing,
kickstand.
but better.
It looks a
because
bit more standard.
To be
yeah.
honest, Nintendo are always a bit risky because they're like
Yeah.
Nintendo 64. This is weird.
Yeah,
It's
like
got
this is
3 bits
three
in
prongs,
it. What do
yeah.
I sit on one? Like, what do I do here? And then the GameCube was kind of normal, but then you had the Wii, wildly successful, bit weird. DS again, huge, and then the Wii U, which just didn't work. And again, they always try and do something nichey, don't they? Like they're like, this is our thing.
Gimmick.
But the Switch has been so successful, and it's immensely clever. So I think they just need to do the same thing again, really, and
yeah.
just make it stronger.
Like
And adding that
the
mouse
like the
thing,
jump
yeah.
from the NES
Yeah, the mouse
to the
thing's cool.
SNES.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
very valid,
basically, yeah.
Just a little
Build on
spruce.
it.
yeah.
Build
but
on the foundation.
I think that mouse is going to be killer.
so
I think
cool, yeah.
think that Sony and Microsoft are going to be well envious of
Oh,
that
yeah.
feature.
Especially
of
for
them.
games like the kind of like WarioWare can use that
Yeah.
really cleverly. Mario games will use that cleverly.
I mean, all the kids playing Fortnite are going to fucking cream their crackers
'cause
because
they'll
they'll
be
have a
able to
mouse
fully-
on their Switch. Yeah.
It's going to be a really interesting
Yeah.
thing
They will fucking love
for
it.
sure. But yeah, I
Trust.
quite like it.
He'll be
It'll be cool.
screeching now.
But the thing, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it should be cool.
Yeah.
Good to
Do
finally
you
get
reckon there'll
news
be a
on
new
it.
Zelda game for it?
Has to be. Maybe not
There
for a
will
while.
be eventually, but
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if they did an updated Tears of the Kingdom release.
Yeah, they'll probably do that thing where they
Switch
throw
two and
some
half.
previous gen
Yeah,
on there.
because Tears of the Kingdom is unbelievable, and it actually runs so well considering it's basically Breath of the Wild, but with even more. But I think that it could benefit from some like higher tech to keep that frame rate going and things
I do
like
think
that.
a cool thing is you'll probably inevitably be able to just download all your eShop stuff
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Switch 2.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
they'll still be porting Wii U games to it?
What I really want them to do
Probably.
is I want it to come across. I want all of the existing like retro console stuff on there. I want that to all come
All
across.
the
I don't want to have
Nintendo
to.
Switch
I don't want
Online
to have to
stuff.
start slowly releasing stuff. I want good ports for fucking Wind Waker, Twilight
Yeah.
Princess, Ocarina of Time. I want the 3DS ports. I don't want the original Ocarina of Time one. I want to be able to put the
What-
steel
what if
boots
they
on
do
without
a-
going into the
What
fucking
if they
menu.
do like a Breath of the Wild skin on Ocarina of Time?
I think that would really upset me.
Would it?
I think that would really upset me.
It would feel a little bit weird.
I don't want. I'd love them to remake it as it is with a few touch-ups, but make the graphics
Just
crazy. But I don't think I'd want them to change the art style
Okay.
at all.
I think we'll see probably a lot of Wii games considering they're going back to point and
Yeah,
click. There's
that
gonna be
would
a
work
big Wii
really
port
well.
thing.
The Mario Galaxy
Mate.
ones would work
Yeah.
really well.
Imagine like old Wii Sports coming back.
I mean,
The
yeah,
OG
Switch
Wii
Sports.
But you have to do it with a mouse.
Yeah, you'd probably
tennis.
like.
We have Switch Sports, which is
Yeah, which is. Up
but
there.
it is basically Wii Sports. But
Yeah,
it's, not as-
Yeah.
it's
not
pretty
as good.
faithful as well.
It's not as like. I don't know. You've just not got that fond attachment to it. Maybe because you don't get it free with the.
Yeah,
Switch.
everyone played it and you played it with
Yeah.
family. Didn't you? But it's because
Yeah.
it was like the first time you're like, you could
What
give
is
your
this?
remote to like your nan and you'd be like, Nan, just wave it and she'd know what to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
As opposed to being like, you need to hold R2 while pressing X
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
like
yeah,
fling
like,
it that
where are
way.
these buttons?
Yeah.
Like, no buttons, Nan.
Yeah, just
Motion.
fucking hold on to it
Motion.
and wave.
Hold on and wave, you slave.
So yeah, but Wii Sports was just fucking timeless, wasn't it?
I think it's.
I want Rayman Raving Rabbids back.
No.
That would
I
be
fucking
brilliant.
loved Rayman
It was
Raving
so
Rabbids.
I
fucking
hated those
fun.
fucking rabbits. You know, I no.
They were a precursor to Minions, I think.
They were.
where
A little
Rabbids-
bit.
I
they
had,
were-
I had the Rabbids 3DS game.
Oh, that's
It was
sad.
like a 2D platformer, side scroller.
Cringe.
Rabbids were a little bit.
I had the minigame original. So when I bought my Wii,
Complete havoc.
when I bought my Wii, I went to the midnight launch
Yeah.
in the
Oh, go
borough
on.
in
Wow.
Yeovil for a game station when that was still
Big
a
up.
Oh
thing.
man, throwback.
And I bought a Wii, Twilight Princess, Red Steel, Rayman Raving Rabbids, a Twilight Princess guidebook, an SD card, an extra remote, and
I
nunchucks.
sometimes
It
forget
cost me,
Red
like-
Steel exists.
I know it is a weird game, but it's
decently
alright.
good
But it's
game.
like a bit weird. And it cost me like 350 quid, and that was like a year's worth of work for me at that time. 'Cause I was like fucking 13. I
Well,
was so excited.
Yeah, just being that.
I literally just, and then I got home and then I couldn't play it because it was past midnight.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. I also went to the Gears of War 2 midnight launch as well, and then I got
That's
told
pretty
off
cool.
for playing it.
I've
in the
never
middle of
done
the night.
midnight release.
They don't really do them
I've
anymore.
done it,
doesn't
but
exist
I've done it
now.
for films. I did it with you guys for Infinity War and that.
Films is easier.
Oh no,
isn't it?
Endgame.
Endgame, yeah. I love a
Yeah.
midnight release for
But,
films.
I remember when I got my Wii, I got mine at Woolworths.
Yeah, nice.
When
that was
Yeah, with
out
some
in
pick a mix and some Pokemon
Literally
cards.
Glastonbury High Street, probably maybe a 1,000 yards away from where we
Yeah.
sat right
Yeah.
now.
Crazy.
Me and my sister both split it, £100 each. That was a lot for us.
That is a lot. Oh yeah, because they only launched at 180.
200 quid, I think.
yeah, like
180
199
quid,
or
yeah,
maybe,
that's what it was.
Somewhere around
and
there.
obviously I was 5 probably. Was it 2006 it came out?
Yeah.
Mm.
I was 5. Oh no, so we probably got ours 2007.
I was going to say, it
I was
came out
6.
December 2006, but they were so hard to get hold
Yeah,
of.
I was about 6 or 7 then. Probably 6. My sister was a little bit older. So saving up 90 quid each,
It's a lot of money.
that's a lot of money. And we didn't even buy a game because we knew Wii Sports. We knew Wii
Just
Sports
had the
came
Wii
with it.
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we made do until, God, what games did we have? We had like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oh,
I
classic.
remember the first one that like I was like, I want that one is Epic Mickey,
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
which
yeah,
they've
yeah,
remastered now.
Mm.
I think I've talked about it before.
I mean, I just did. WarioWare, Smooth Moves, loved Mario Galaxy.
I used to
There's
play
so many good games
like
on
the,
there.
I can't remember the exact title. It was like Super Mario Charge Strikers, like the football one.
Ah,
that was
Yeah.
such
I
a
fucking
dope
rinsed
game.
that game. That's the
Yeah.
only football game that I actually enjoy playing.
It was
Because
really fun.
It's just amazing.
So the Wii for me, I think.
I've got that at home, by the
Really?
way. If we
Oh,
ever
we
want to
should play
play
that,
it,
sure, that's
I've
fine.
fucking got
the
that.
GameCube
banger.
one as well is sick.
The GameCube
Yes,
one's cool.
yeah.
I think the Wii one was my favourite,
Same.
but I do really like. I liked all of them.
Isn't there a new one? Or
I
is
think
there
there's one
gonna
on
be?
Switch.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get that and we'll have a game of
Yeah,
that.
we could.
I
do.
feel like growing up, I didn't quite get the full effect of the Wii because it was thought of in our family as like the party game system.
Yeah.
So any
think
of
a
the
lot of
games that
people
we
have
get
that,
for
yeah.
it would be fucking Just Dance or stuff.
Yeah.
Or like Guitar
Wii
Hero
Play.
3 I got for Wii.
The what?
Guitar Hero 3.
Oh,
But we didn't get any like
Gamey
games.
games.
Like it's like Resident Evil 4.
yeah.
Super
Resident
Mario
Evil 4 on
Galaxy,
the Wii
like
is
that.
banging.
Yeah.
Epic Mickey was probably the only one of those that
Mm.
I had. But it's because we didn't see it as that. Because of the motion, we were too ignorant to what it could be.
It's hard when you don't have like you're not a huge gamer,
No.
and
But like my parents as well aren't like super clued in.
no, but my parents weren't either, and I don't really know how you get into it, but I think you kind of just get lucky or you don't get lucky because my dad used to go with me to buy games, and I reckon he just asked the guy behind the counter, "I bought my son a 64. What are the best games?" And then he would just get me like, but he didn't have a clue. And you sometimes just get lucky, and sometimes you just don't.
I had this weird thing where like my mum would be pretty intuitive with what I liked, and she played a few games on like Mega Drive and stuff, so she knew a little bit. But my nan from my mum's side, who lives in Newcastle, would randomly just send down like a package, and up there they have Granger Games, which is kind of like a CEX, and they used to have like stupid deals back in like PS2 and Wii days. And we'd get like a package and it's like 40 games in there.
Yeah.
Like really random. It's how I discovered like Maximo,
Oh, I love
Hurdy-Gurdy.
Yeah,
Like these random games you wouldn't normally buy.
Yeah.
But then I ended up just falling in love with all these
The
random
bargain bin
franchises.
ones.
Yeah.
But Game Station, you used to go in the Game Station, they do like 2 for a tenner or sometimes
Oh,
4 for a
dude.
tenner.
Yeah.
They had the
On
bins where it'd be
PlayStation,
4
get
for
the
10.
bins.
Yeah.
And like fucking games like Ty the Tasmanian Tiger and just
yes.
shit like that.
Attack
Like,
and the Power of Juju.
yeah,
Like
like
when
so
Blockbuster
many.
used to sell games.
Yeah.
that
They
didn't
used to do the
last
same
very
thing,
long.
like 3 for 10, 4
Yeah,
for 10,
but
like
I
little
got-
bins.
Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, Toy Story 2 game.
Oh,
on
nice.
PS1.
Yeah, that's a guy. Yeah,
Oh,
that's when we
man.
have to like run through the level and you have to get through it quite quickly. I think.
No, you got like tasks to do in like a little worlds. Each level's based on like a part of.
I used to play one that
film.
might have been like that, but I can't remember it that well. But yeah,
It's a banging game.
I miss
Yeah.
the days we could just go out with like a tenner and come out like 4 AAA games.
yeah. Oh mate, it's fucking disgusting.
It's just
nowadays.
gone. Those days are so
You
gone.
go and see it.
And, but it was so much
Oh,
more
yeah,
expensive to. It's so much more expensive to make games because they're just so graphically
Yeah.
versatile.
And the fact they now launch at like 70 base.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money just to
Oh,
get a
yeah.
base game.
it is a lot of
Because
money.
remember, like, callback to PS3 days even, it was like $39.99 max.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, PS1 games used to launch at 30 quid, but they were just so much cheaper to make, weren't they?
Yeah.
People would make them within like 6 months. Do you know
Just
what I
bash
mean?
them out like apps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. And like if you look at like Grand Theft Auto games, you look at the PS2 era, 3 fucking Grand Theft Auto games
Yeah.
In the span of like a... not
in
even
the
a
span
decade.
of maybe
Yeah.
5
Well,
years.
there's more than that, really, wasn't there? Because
But they had some of the like
spin-off
Liberty
Shine
City
Wild,
Story.
as well, yeah.
Vice City
Yeah,
Stories,
but they came
yeah.
out a bit. But you basically had 3, Vice City and San Andreas, all came out in a space of 5 years. Whereas we've had Grand Theft Auto 5, 2011. We are now 2015, and we've not had another one.
2025 actually.
2025. 14 years.
I wish we were in 2015.
Yeah, 14 years without
Yeah.
one, and that is just so crazy.
It's so foreign to like the game.
but they are obviously just going mad with the detail, which is cool. But
It
I
hurts
don't
a
know
bit,
if I
doesn't
need it as much.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just make a really cool game that's a lot of fun? Like, I don't care if I drive through some mud and maybe the right flecks of mud get on my
Yeah.
car, and then I need to take it to the car wash, and like, I'm like, I just want to shoot some hose and.
Well, maybe
fucking-
they've got so much stuff in the open world that they've got to make sure that
It's how you got to op it every
Yeah.
time, haven't you?
Mm.
Oh, I get it, but
all
it's
those tiny bits have got to make sure they actually work.
I agree
Yeah.
though. Like, there's that big like people always hashtag, don't they? Like gameplay over graphics, and it's like it's so true to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather
Yeah.
play a game that's fucking great but doesn't look as good.
oh mate,
play, like,
Undertale.
Yeah, exactly. right?
Undertale's the pinnacle of this.
That's why I think indies are really succeeding right
Yeah.
now because of the AAA issue just being like you're waiting decades and they're usually like flopping a lot right now
Yeah.
anyway, and it's
Yeah.
like.
Mm.
But you know, all power to the indie devs who
Yeah.
are doing it right.
They
I'm
got
gonna-
the indies.
I'm gonna indie rock. I'm gonna move us away from games.
All
Do
right.
it.
I'm gonna bring up our old friend Oscar.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So the nominations are out. Just thought we could quickly whiz through them and just sort of give our quick thoughts on some. We're not gonna go mad.
I've
but
got no thoughts.
You've got no thoughts because you've not
Basically
seen them.
same.
But I have seen a few of them. But I'm just going to go through some of the bigger categories. So best picture, we've got Anora the Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. I've only actually seen Dune, A Complete Unknown, and Anora. Not for lack of trying, but I think the Brutalist will win. I want Anora to win.
That would be a cool one for them to get.
Yeah. Amelia Perez is the controversial one here, isn't it? Because it's got like 13 nominations and everyone says it's shit. But I haven't seen it, so I can't judge. But I need to give it a go. And The Substance is the one I'm desperate to watch. But I think it's not weird that it's there, but I did not expect the critical reception for Wicked that it has been.
Yeah, for like best picture. I was like, okay.
But the critical reception for it has been really strong, and everyone said how good it is, and the acting's amazing. So and like when Top Gun Maverick was in there, they are trying to include those films that resonate with a bigger audience. So but I just did not expect that to have such a big hit at the end of the year. I didn't think it would be like Barbie levels of like quality. Do you know what I mean?
In fairness, especially I guess there's also it's a bit of a weak year, so
yeah.
Could argue they were lucky
There's two
as well.
films in here, Nickel Boys and I'm Still Here. I've never heard of.
I haven't even heard of what's it like Conclave or whatever.
Conclave I had heard of, but it's about the selecting of the next Pope, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't massively interest me.
Yeah.
But Doom Part 2 we knew would turn up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A Complete Unknown's alright. I think you'd quite enjoy that. Yeah,
like another one.
But director is Sean Baker, Brad for Anora, Brady Corbett for Brutalist, James Mangold, A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard for Amelia Perez, and Coralie Fargit for The Substance. I mean, it's probably going to be Brady for The Brutalist. But again, I just want Anora to win everything it's nominated for.
It deserves some.
It's so good.
It will get something.
Yeah. But I feel like The Brutalist, I'm sure it's a brilliant film. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment too much. But it just feels like it's the classic Oscar Beatty film, isn't it? The story of fucking Hungarian Jews coming to America after the World War to like do what they need to do. And I'm sure it's unreal, but it's just like... It just, for me, it's a little bit of a dull film to win Best Picture. I'd much rather see something...
Right?
Yeah, I'd much rather see something like Anora. I'd even take like The Substance or something like that. But yeah. Actress, Cynthia Erivo, Carla Sofia Gascon, Mikey Madsen, Demi Moore, Fernando Torres. It's
Fernando Torres.
It is so close, to be fair. Fernando Torres, yeah. I think this is literally so close between Mikey Madison and Demi Moore for the Anora and Substance. Yeah. But I think Demi Moore will win it because it's like a comeback story, a bit like Brendan Fraser for The Whale.
Renaissance.
Yeah, like it's a renaissance, isn't it? She's never had a critically acclaimed career. She's just been in hits, and now she's had this big moment. So it'll be her. Yeah. But I think I haven't seen The Substance, but I really think it should be Mikey. I think she gives an unbelievable performance. Actor is Adrian Brody, Timothy Shamalama Ding Dong, Coleman Domingo, Ralph Fiennes, and Sebastian Stan. I mean, this is interesting because two of the films in here aren't actually nominated for Best Picture. So Coleman Domingo is in Sing Sing, and Sebastian Stan is in The Apprentice. Both of those films I really want to see. The Apprentice is about Donald Trump, but Sing Sing... Sing Sing we talked about last week. Have you heard about Sing Sing? Yeah. I think that looks really good. I'm really interested to watch that.
Yeah, I would happily watch.
But yeah, I bet that will be Adrian Brody, I would imagine. I actually don't think there's nothing there that I'm like is definitely going to tip it over. It'll be Adrian Brody. Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Monica Barbaro, Ariana Grande, Felicity Jones, Isabella Rossellini, and Zoe Saldana. This for me is weak. There's nothing here that I'm like... Nothing seems to me really standing out. Yeah. It will be Zoe Saldana because of the career she's had, and apparently she is the best part of that film. But I think Ariana Grande apparently could have a rogue chance.
I would put like a little bit of money on that. Just purely because they'll want to give something to Wicked.
I don't think that the other... I've seen A Complete Unknown, and Monica Barbaro, she's fine, but she's not going to win it.
Not a standard.
And... Isabella Rossellini, it's her first nomination. That's the she is my nipple from Blue Velvet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And that's her first Oscar nomination.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. And Felicity Jones, I haven't heard
like
too
4
much
years
about
ago.
it.
Right?
That was it was. She's old in this.
Old lady.
Grey
lady.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be Zoe Saldana, which is cool because I love her and she's great in mostly what she's in. Best actor is Yuri Borisov from Anora, Kieran Culkin, Edward Norton, Guy Pearce, Jeremy Strong. It's going to be Kieran Culkin. We don't even need to discuss it. It will be 100%. Nothing in there is going to... He gives such a good performance in A Real Pain.
All right.
Yuri Borisov is a weird one. He's not... He's the...
The boy.
No, he's not the boy.
Oh.
He's actually the bald guy that sort of like comes in halfway through the film.
Okay.
And then he kind of like... I won't spoil it because you haven't seen it, but like it kind of goes through the motions with him. And it's a cool character, but he got nominated, and I'm like, he doesn't do that much.
It's not really...
He's quite stoic in it,
What
but
about Edward?
Edward's really good. He plays Pete Seeger, who's like a country musician. He's really good, but I don't think it won't beat Kieran Culkin. Kieran Culkin is an absolute force. I think Guy Pearce is probably the closest to knock him off. But I think... and Jeremy Strong apparently is really good in The Apprentice as well, and I like him in Succession. I know he's a good actor. But actually what's quite interesting is that Jeremy Strong and Kieran Culkin would have been nominated for the same awards for Succession because they're both leading actors in it, and Kieran Culkin always won. So it's kind of happened again with the Oscars. They've both been nominated for the same award, and Kieran Culkin is... I'm pretty positive he's going to win.
That's quite funny.
But yeah, and then it's just right, you know, I'm not going to go through all of them. We don't spend forever on it. Animated feature, Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, and The Wild Robot.
Inside Out 2 probably, won't it?
I actually think it might be The Wild Robot.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think if Inside Out 2 wasn't a sequel, that sounds a bit random, but I think because it's a sequel, they're a bit like, maybe not.
Have Aardman ever won an Oscar?
They won one for
Curse of
the Were Rabbit.
Oh,
It beat Howl's Moving Castle, which upset a lot of folks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably not them then.
I think I've heard a lot of good about Wild Robot, but I haven't seen it. But
I have heard good stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good category, that one. That's one of the probably strongest categories there.
Yeah. A cool one, cinematography, has got The Brutalist, and but it's got Doom Part 2, but it's also got Nosferatu. It won't win it, but it would be cool if Nosferatu did.
Didn't like Romulus get a nom this time?
For visual effects,
Fair.
But it won't win because it's the same year that Dune come out.
Oh,
Original score,
Wicked,
Brutalist,
yeah.
Conclave. Yeah, it'd be... Well, you say that, but it's, the original score is not the songs that they're singing. It's just the score, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
true.
most likely because it is a musical film, but it
Never know.
depends.
Oh,
yeah.
Amelia Perez as well. But
Amelia Perez has 2 in Best Music
Does
Original
it?
Song. Yeah, I reckon it'll probably be one of those, but I don't know which ones.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Best visual effects is Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked.
Dune.
It will be Dune. If it wasn't Dune, that would be quite an interesting category.
Yeah.
It probably would be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, just because of the
all CGI.
The level of CGI they've achieved in those films has been wicked.
It'd be like coming up against Avatar.
Yeah, exactly. But Dune Part 2 is like, it's going to win it. It just looks almost photorealistic what they achieve in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Nice.
probably all we need to sort of go into without trudging it out too much.
Hell yeah.
I think it is not the most interesting year.
Yeah.
And I think the
It's
film
weak.
that I'm really rooting for, I don't think is going to pick up where I want it to pick up, so I'm a bit sad about it all. But I need to see The Brutalist. I think I need to see The Brutalist and Substance before I can make better decisions. But The Substance was out for like a week, and I don't even know if they've released The Brutalist in the UK, and if they have, it hasn't been in our cinema.
Yeah.
But
I know it's 3 hours long.
Yeah, and it's 3.5 hours
3.5
long.
hours long.
Like, we fucking went and saw
Killers
Killers of the Flower Moon, and honestly...
I was asleep for most of that.
You fucking always nod off.
Yeah.
Always nod off. I don't mind.
It's the cinema, mate. It's just so dark and like...
I've taken so many pictures
Springy.
of your penis while you've been asleep.
You liar. Although saying that, I didn't fall asleep during Social Network. We watched that last week.
No.
And I was riveted the entire time.
It is fucking
That's a great
riveting, that
movie.
film. A classic film. It's just so good. I think you'd like A Real Pain, both of you.
Yeah, no, I
actually.
want to watch it.
I mean, Jesse Eisenberg is really good in it. He kind
He
of
directs
plays.
it as well, doesn't
Yes, he wrote, direct, produced, and starred in. So it's his
Have you
baby
seen the other film
that
I
he
think
did.
he directed?
He directed one before this. I can't remember what it was called.
Something
but
in martial arts.
apparently, it's not very good.
That is.
Oh, is it?
It
You've
is
seen
really
it?
good,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's like a really dry comedy, but it's quite dark.
He is quite dry. This is kind of like a dramedy. Like, it is kind of funny, but it's basically about them exploring their heritage going through Warsaw, Poland, because their gran dies and she gives them money to go and do a trip.
Like buddy road trip comedy.
Kind of, yeah. But Kieran Culkin is amazing. And I mean, he is just such a good actor because he really feels like he's not acting. He just kind of feels like he's living it. It's really bizarre. He is a really, really talented individual. And some of the interviews they've done, Jesse Eisenberg was saying he's really hard to work with because you don't really quite know what he's going to do in a scene, because he doesn't necessarily just always follow the script and he just kind of does his own thing, and then he'll like act differently in a different scene, so you need to make sure that everyone else is on par to catch him when you're getting what you want him to do. That's in a good way. Like, he's giving you all these different things, but they were like, it's such an unusual way to act. They're like, he's like a method actor but without being a pretentious douchebag outside of filming. So yeah,
that makes sense.
So it's quite, it is quite interesting, but it is good. I really enjoyed it. I did something interesting the other day. It's not that interesting. It's interesting to me. I sat really close at the cinema, really close to the screen.
Oh, like up front.
And it is much better.
Not right up close.
Not like fucking like there,
Just further down.
but like front row, not in the fucking.
I never want to be at the back. I don't know why I always book at the back.
I just book in the middle. I always just figure the middle is the best place to go. But
I want to
actually,
be like front middle.
yeah, like that first like section as you come up a bit.
You don't want to be too close. Those I'll probably say about 4th or 5th row.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it. But I never really. I don't know. I used to sit there when I was a kid, maybe I don't know. But I figure when you're sat there, you've got no negative space. So you've got the entire film in your purview.
Just there.
Yeah. So and then the sound is really good as well if you're right at the front.
Yeah, you get
All the acoustics boosted.
But my I went with a couple of friends and one of them's broke her foot, so we had to sit at the front, and they were like apologising. I was like, actually, I'm quite enjoying it. I'm right here. I'm
doing good.
I'm in it.
Extra leg room as well.
Yeah, just whatever, man. I'm just like, we watched 7 right at the front. I could stretch my legs out. Classic film. What's in the box?
That is a banger.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
That is a scene of all time.
The whole film
The whole
is
film's so fucked up.
It is fucking so fucking fucked up.
The visuals, like the effects they've done.
Yeah.
With like the fat guy, the guy that looks dead but isn't actually dead.
It's like,
yeah,
that fucking is jumpy, isn't it? I really like one of my favourite bits in the film is like it's quite a simple bit, and it's not the one that gets talked about the most. But after he commits the sin of lust, and you see very quickly a photo of the device that's basically fucking annihilated this woman, which is absolutely horrific.
Cock, innit?
Yeah, it's fucking. You can't even think about it too much. But I really think that bit where they interview the guy who was made to fuck her with this device, and he's like, and it's like it's such a raw moment.
Isn't he in Mulholland Drive?
I think so.
Is he the guy?
Isn't he the weird guy that has the dream?
In the cafe, yeah.
And he's like,
and
then he sees the thing in real life, and he's like,
yeah.
I read a really big article on Mulholland Drive the other day.
Yeah.
I need to watch it again.
Me too.
And I think I would review it higher after I'd watch it again.
Me too.
I read a funny thing, and it's like someone put like, Mulholland Drive is my favourite film of all time, even though I've had to watch 17 YouTube videos to try and understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair.
That's valid.
It's like Donnie Darko as well.
Donnie Darko is fucking
It's
weird.
just fucking strange.
But that's not because of its like.
Tone.
Just like, it's
it
more
doesn't
like
make sense.
of
If you don't watch the director's cut of Donnie Darko, it does not make sense.
No.
And even the director's cut doesn't make that much sense. But the original theatrical cut it literally doesn't make any sense what they're trying to achieve.
This is kind of why I can't do a lot of Lynch, because I'm just a bit like I have space for it, but like it's just when something's so ambiguous that I'm like,
like I say,
it's just
with Lynch, it usually does.
You'd like Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks is it's quite gentle. It's gentle lovemaking in its weirdness.
But just don't watch The Return.
But we literally started with Wild at fucking Heart, and we might as well have just been fucking fucked with a 20-inch weird strap on, because it was just bizarre, wasn't it?
It wasn't like
so weird.
notorious.
We were like,
it wasn't
what
like
the
notorious
fuck?
David Lynch weird, that was it. It was just like fucking balls to the wall. Where it's
Eagle
like,
flies high on Friday.
yeah,
Like,
exactly
it's just,
that. Whereas
it's
like
just-
Twin Peaks is more layered.
The first
It's
two
more
seasons of the film
intentional.
it is weird. and it is because it's got a good through line. It kind of all makes
Kind of goes through.
sense, sort of.
That's cool.
But the third season of Twin Peaks is like, I mean,
No.
yeah, it's not a no. It's
not a no-no,
fantastic.
It's a yes,
Oh,
yes.
right.
But I mean, in terms of like,
It's
it goes back to being stupidly strange.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Everything has purpose, I'm sure, but I don't understand
just
it.
don't know what the purpose
No,
is.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the fucking purpose is for half of it.
Hello.
They've released a new Twin Peaks and they've called it Twin Peaks Z to A,
Yes.
and it's got
4K.
all of it in.
Do you want to know what I watched?
Go on.
I watched The Penguin.
Oh, all of it.
Oh,
All of
nice.
Penguin.
It's good, isn't it?
It's fucking good, mate.
Ending's cool, isn't it?
Colin Farrell is nuts.
I need to watch it.
He's so good in that role.
And Christine Milioti.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
she is like the highlight, I think. Like, obviously, we know that Colin Farrell's going to be good because we've seen him in The Batman.
Yeah.
And he won the Golden Globe and everything.
But she is just like unreal. She's really fit in it as well.
This is quite
It's really fit. In it.
It's when she embraces
Yeah.
herself.
At that dinner.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay.
She's
I see what you're doing
yeah,
here.
yeah, she's like not psychotic.
Yeah.
She's like, they're all psychotic, but she's...
But it's
she's got the best
interesting that
morals.
I mean I won't go into too much spoiler here, but it's interesting the way it plays up her character to be one thing and actually
Yeah.
she's not.
Yeah.
She was just kind of forced to be it.
Yeah.
Um.
I feel bad for Vic as well, man. Fuck that.
Yeah. That
That
was
was-
pretty rough.
That was rough.
But yeah, it's a really cool, a really well acted, just a great show. I don't think it had like, I think it had a couple episodes where I was like, okay, they're fine.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it is a really well made
Mm.
like show.
Yeah, yeah. Fully.
That's awesome.
Fully.
Is it just one and done? Or is
Yeah.
It...
And it's like, it's set 2 weeks after the first film. And
Yeah,
then
so it's
it
basically
directly plays into the second film.
Oh, that's ideal.
It's playing up the events of basically the flood and everything and how it's hit some of the areas and
Fuck yeah, that's cool.
Penguin's grasp for control. Because
Yeah.
obviously in the Batman, he isn't anywhere near the peak
Nowhere
of
near,
it.
yeah.
'Cause
And then
Falcones.
the Falcone, Carmine Falcone,
Yeah.
dies in the Batman. And then there's like a bit of a power grab.
That's awesome.
Cuckoo.
A cuckoo, cuckoo.
Fuck yeah. Dude. What's it on? Because like,
No, now.
No, now
TV.
or Sky.
nice. Yeah, I'll have to give it a watch.
Oh, Last of Us 2 this year, Cal.
Yeah, that's coming out. That's coming out.
I'm ready to have my heart.
Raped.
I'm curious if they will have like an equivalent episode to the crazy emotional bombshell
Bill
of
and
Nick
Frank.
Offerman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bill
like
and Frank? Bill and Ted?
Bill and Ted. Yeah, the Bill and Ted episode of Last of Us.
I don't know what they'll do. I can't think of
There's not a
of
moment in
part in,
two.
unless they go into the backstory of, I can't remember the characters' names, but the guy who was with Abby, and then he was with the girl who's pregnant,
Yeah.
and then it segues into the awful thing that happens that basically fucking fractures Ellie's mental state.
That could be an episode.
That could be the only thing I could think of where they might add more in there to make
Yeah,
us feel
some
more for that. I
different
mean, you
amount.
feel a lot in that moment anyway, but to give them more time might make you feel more for them as
Kind of
characters.
builds, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that bit fucking annihilated me
dude,
when I
still
played
Still haven't
that.
played it, mate.
Oh, bro, it's such a good game.
Still haven't played it.
Even the end.
It is disgustingly good.
The flashback cutscene at the end always fucking breaks my heart.
I'm not even joking. I can't even really think about it too much now. It makes me emotional.
It is
It
really
is
like
so.
sad.
Last of Us is something I love so much, and as soon as I start thinking about it, I'm just like, I'm really emotional about it now. And then the show does it for me when I think about the Bill and Frank episode, but like the game,
Frank.
Bill and Frank, and then the game with his daughter at the start, and like some bits in the first one, but the second one has a lot of
It hits.
hard bits.
And I think arguably one of the most impressive things is taking like a character that you hate, making you play as her, and then you come around, you're like, oh, we're all kind of bad here. I don't like
Yeah.
Ellie now.
It's
like,
the game's ace in the sleeve,
It's so
100%.
good. It's
You
so
do not
good.
expect it to do what it does.
Mm.
Because never have. I mean, I don't think that. I think there's a lot of like fucking Neanderthals who are like, oh, she bad, she did the bad thing, and she's strong. She shouldn't be strong. She woman.
Yeah.
But do you know, it's so fucking true. You look at some of the shit online, but basically to give you this character, do you know what happens?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of rough then. You need to play it.
You need to
man.
fucking play
It's
it.
so fucking good.
I'd almost argue you should try and play it before you watch the series because you've played the first one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow it?
It's on It's on PS Plus, I think.
Have you got PS?
Oh, I got premium, mate. I got that.
Oh
You
yeah, it's on the
fucking-
library.
I've got that.
You
Yeah,
spenny motherfucker.
Yeah, mate. New job, mate.
yeah. New job, new me.
Yeah. I would love you to play The Last of Us before the series comes out.
I just want to see your reaction to
Dunno,
playing
mate,
it in
dunno.
general.
Or could work out how we
Stream it. I'll bring
Yeah,
my
oh,
Elgato
that'd be very cool.
next
Yeah,
week.
Bring
yeah.
the gatto.
The
I'll
Gato.
bring the
I would
chocolate, you bring
happily
the
sit
ale.
through you, watch you play that game. It's too good.
I would, yeah. Because do you think we could get to a certain amount of? How long do we reckon it takes to get to that? The
At the
bit.
moment, it's very soon.
It's like 2 hours, I'd say, isn't it? We could do that in a
Yeah.
stream.
Oh, mate, we do that in a stream.
Oh yeah, easy. We can get halfway through the bloody
Yeah,
game.
get kebab in.
You know who's playing it, mate?
Yeah.
Not me on the controller.
Yeah.
We'll sort
Okay, we can sort that out because
Okay.
I think I'd like to. I'd
You'll
like to
love
play
it
with
as
you.
well. It's so
But yeah,
worth
you
the
will
play.
love the game. But basically, it's just what you know. What has a really similar theme to? You're gonna think I'm random as fuck. Boys in the Hood. It has a really, really cohesive theme. But it has this morality lesson that revenge is never ending.
Yeah.
And that is such a big part of the game that you killed my dad, so now I'm gonna have to kill you, and then that person's dad is like fuck you, I have to, and it never ends. And that's what Boys in the Hood's like, isn't it? That never-ending gang violence. And then this is really similar. It's that like just constant need for revenge, and it doesn't bring anyone peace. It doesn't bring back those people that you've lost. But
Yeah, we'll do
yeah,
that.
it's
We'll do that.
fucking yeah. I mean, I thought we talked about it too much.
Yeah, it's fine though. It's just so good.
It
Take a
is.
deep breath.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've got a new Naughty Dog IP now on the come up.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
this.
Intergalactic.
Intergalactic,
Like the
yeah.
Heretic
Galactic
Prophet.
Planetary.
Yeah, that better be in there.
Yeah.
I like my sugar with
Coffee and cream.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people concerned about it, but in my mind, I'm like, if you look at everything Naughty Dog has published, I don't think they've got a bad game.
No,
They
they
just-
don't
they
have a
just
bad
don't.
game. And but they're concerned about it because they're like, oh, they're so woke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck
It's always
off.
the argument. and
It's always the
boring.
argument. They're like, oh, well, they're trying to pander to people that aren't playing their games. It's like they're not, and everyone's going to play this game.
It's just a great story, right?
yeah, it's going to be an awesome sci-fi.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
like,
very curious for it.
mm.
I'm very curious. My only concern is, for some reason, I feel like the past 2 years, we're getting so many fucking games that are just in space. And I'm kind of a bit
Yeah.
bored of that. But other than that, I'll
Starfield.
take it. It's Naughty Dog,
But I
so
haven't
have
played
faith.
Starfield. I don't know if I've played that many sci-fis at the moment.
There's just
No,
so
man.
many
I've been doing lots of
games.
fantasy because I've been doing
Like the Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Outer
yeah.
Worlds is another one.
that was I haven't played
Journey
that.
to
I've
the
played-
Savage Planet, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
There's just a
Have
lot
you
of
seen
space themes.
High on Life has now been added to
Oh, High on
PlayStation.
Life, yeah. Oh, the Stanley Parable is on PlayStation now.
Brilliant.
That was one I
Yeah.
wanted to stream with
Well,
us.
it's not anymore, but if,
If you've claimed it, yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, that would be a good one to play.
I started playing Monster Hunter Rise.
Nice.
Gateway drug in. It's really good. Because I want to play Wilds.
I'm looking
again.
forward to Wilds.
Yeah, and then I want to get Wilds. When
Oh,
it's
sorry,
out.
you want to play World and then you want to
And
play...
then I want to get. Yeah, I want to kind of go through them. But when I tried World
They're
as my
quite-
first one. And
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't get into it.
I fucking love World. But you need friends to play it with. You don't.
Yeah, I'm playing
It
it
is
with
better.
friends,
It
which is
is
good.
fine on its own, but it's really good to enjoy on your own if you can then hop online with your mates.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
It's way more fun with peeps.
Yeah.
I found.
I-
And Rise is a very good. It's like basic. It's, 'cause
Yeah.
I played a bit of Worlds to know what it's like, and Rise has definitely been a good way.
because
in,
these are all
now
like
I'm
their
enjoying it.
spin-offs and they're the more accessible ones. Because
Yeah,
World is technically would be like a sequel
next.
to World.
Yeah, big
All
one.
the ones in between haven't been classed as like full sequels.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Yeah, I'm finally getting into Monster Hunter. So that's good.
oh yeah, I love Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
I played Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate was on the Wii. Was the first one I played, and then on the Wii was it the Wii or the Wii U I think. Sorry, and then I went into Monster Hunter Worlds and I used to play it with mates and it was just banging.
I think I had Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate when I got the 3DS, the new 3DS XL for the first time. But
Yeah, it's hard though, isn't it,
Monsters,
that
yeah.
one? And because it's a small screen, it's quite hard to like
And
take it
using
all
that
in.
Fucking nipple C stick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's fucking horrible.
They did their own fucking like Pokemon Go thing, didn't they? It was like you find monsters in the wild, you kill them like on your map.
Yeah, they did. I think
Speaking
it
of
died
that,
off.
Do you remember fucking Invisimals on
Yeah.
the PSP?
No.
You get the PSP camera, and you like
No, really?
it'd be like VR, like AR.
Kind of like Astrobots or
There was loads like this.
the VR.
It was like Pokemon, but
Yeah.
AR.
Oh, okay.
And there was Spectrode.
Spectrobe.
Spectro,
I don't know
remember
any of
seeing
these.
the
which had
advert.
like a weird thing for it
I
as
remember
well.
seeing the advert and wanting it from the advert in the case,
Yeah.
but I never played it, or I have no idea how it's played.
Mm,
It was AR crazy. Do you guys ever have the iToy?
yeah.
It's like a Wii
I think
before
my
the
friend,
Wii.
we had a neighbour that had one.
I only
Yeah.
remember two things I played on it.
The bubble one.
The first one was like the cleaning windows, and it had the "When I'm cleaning windows" song in the background.
When
The
I'm
second
cleaning
The
windows.
second one is, have you guys ever
Backdoors.
played Crazy Taxi?
Yeah.
They had a game mode on iToy for that, but the whole game was just you had to just go taxi to the camera and get a taxi to come pick you up, and you had to see how many you could get. And I was like,
Yeah.
such a dumb game mode.
I fucking love that song.
Yeah.
When I'm
I know you
cleaning
do. Yeah.
windows.
I'd have a peep at what's inside when I'm cleaning
It
windows.
reminds me of fucking Wallace and Gromit at Close Shave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
classic.
Did you ever play the Crazy Taxi arcade game?
I mean, the
On
Crazy
actual-
Taxi,
I
like
think so.
on the
OG
actual car
game,
thing.
is such a good
Yeah,
game.
mate.
It's such a good
When we
amount
went
of fun.
skiing when I was a kid, there was one at like the fucking resort, and I'd fucking rinse the shit out of that.
I'd love like a random like new, same like Burnout. You don't see that like being done.
Yeah, I
too
like
recently.
Burnout.
Burnout Paradise had a remaster. Not
Yeah,
long ago.
I
that's
like
what I like.
Burnout 2 and 3, I think were the ones I used to play quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't like racing games, I just like to crash.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
that's what Burnout was great for.
Yeah.
We're
big
overdue a new
crashes.
one for sure. That'd be
Mm.
fun on next gen. Really nice graphics and shit.
I just think it costs them so much to make it now, they're just a bit scared of
Just
making the
what's the
risks.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a Mario Kart Burnout where you just like fucking annihilate the carts and like people
Randomly
die.
Donk City.
Yeah, just like fucking destroy everything. Fully destructible environments.
That'd be great.
Oh dear. I watched the Mario movie again the other day with my nephew. And it's like really middling, but it's just
I
it's just
love it. I don't know what it was.
I don't like think it's a good film, but I do think it's just really
It's
enjoyable.
alright, yeah.
It's like a really good film for kids.
Yeah,
And I like that it's
Colourful
really
too.
Mario-y. Do you know what I mean? I like the bit like where they're on Rainbow Bridge and they destroy the car and then you realise the Cooper driving it's a blue shell Cooper and he's like, I'm gonna get you, and then he turns into a blue shell and fucking bombs towards him. Like it's like the plot is terrible.
It's just reference.
But it is just
reference,
but Mario games are just
Just a bit
terrible. Like the
daft,
plot,
isn't
there's no plot to them. It's just
I do
Bowser
like
takes
the
Peach.
Jack Black song was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Bowser.
Peaches.
That
I think it
took
got
over
way
the
too.
internet.
Yeah,
It got a bit overplayed.
It went a bit
didn't
too
it?
TikTok,
Yeah.
and then it was like,
cringy little
Yeah.
autistic kids
Yeah.
fucking singing it.
wow, poor kids.
Yeah, fair.
Fuck 'em.
That's the problem. Is anything becomes too popular.
Yeah.
ruins it.
TikTok is the vice.
Yeah.
It will get to TikTok and then it's just done.
It'll either blow
It's
it up
finished.
or it'll fucking ruin it.
It was the same with Barbie. Like Barbie got to the point where it became cringe
Yeah.
because everyone just was
I
like,
think the whole
"Oh, I'm just
Barbenheimer,
Ken."
I'm just
Oppenharby.
kidding.
Oppenheimer, yeah.
You had to see Barbie really quickly because it blew up so
It was
much.
fucking
Yeah.
everywhere.
And I saw it day 1 and then day 4 with you. And
I got way too into it too quick.
I
I got that hoodie, man.
you spent like
Oh,
4
we
quid on
went
the
off
hoodie.
fucking
I know,
hoodie.
and I bought the t-shirt for like a tenner or something, and I've never worn the
Do you
t-shirt.
want to buy the hoodie?
No, I'm not buying the
the
hoodie.
consumerism around that film was wild.
But it was so good. The
Yeah.
film was so good, but it
Yeah.
was like obviously it was a mega hit, wasn't it? It was like 1.5
That
billion.
was 2 years ago now.
Crazy.
How fucking weird is that?
It was such a big hype summer. Of
And it
those two
really,
films.
I find it really like not even for me, but I just find it really strange that like it's this like super feminist film, but by far the best part of it is Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah,
It's like
100%.
it's absolutely
and John Cena.
crazy, and John Cena popping up. But like, I mean, everyone's really good in it. And Margot Robbie is brilliant, and the direction's amazing. Like, it's all really cool, but Ryan Gosling is sublime. Like, he's just
It was
stellar,
funny.
and he's so funny. And then the best song in it is "I'm Just Ken." Like, it's just so good.
Have you seen the Ryan Gosling film where he's in love with a doll?
Oh yeah, I've
And
seen
What, a
it.
new
every-
one?
Old. It's like,
It's like a-
early Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks, everyone knows he's like some weirdo that's in love with this doll. They
Yeah.
pretend to treat her like a normal
It's a
person.
mannequin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen the like
a
trailer or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's on Prime.
Did you know? Fun fact here: that Ryan Gosling directed a film.
No.
No, really.
I read about it on Facebook the other day, and apparently it's super weird. And I'm going to talk about him again. Apparently it's a little bit lynchy.
Oh.
Apparently it's a very strange, very inaccessible film.
What's it called? Crumpets in the Wind.
Yeah, man.
Crumpet Tuesdays.
That's the one.
I hate
Um,
crumpets.
What?
That's
Fuck
a weird
off.
thing.
Fucking crumpets.
We
are
always talk about
horrible.
food at the end
They
of the
taste
podcast.
like leather.
No, crumpets with
Crumpets.
pissing in
I
butter.
don't want pissy crumpets.
Nah,
mate.
you want crumpets pissing with butter and then chocolate spread. Or jam,
That's
but
good.
chocolate spread.
That's good.
Or
I'll tell
a
you what- I'll
savoury
tell you
one with a
what's
bit of
like-
cheese.
I like
I'll tell you what's
sponges,
underrated is literally like throw an egg on there. Beautiful, with like some sausages with it.
On the radiator.
No, a crumpet. What did you get radiator from? What the
I
fuck did you get radiator
I
from?
don't know. I literally heard you say, I just put an egg on the radiator.
I said put an egg on there. This
You're
man
mental,
is just... He's got dementia.
I literally, I was reading, and then all I heard in my head was, I just put an egg on the radiator, and,
You
then,
hear
on,
what you
and then
want.
on my crumpet. I was like,
You
what
do
the
whatever
fuck?
you want in
I
your
was
own
like,
house.
how you got a fucking oven, mate?
Good lord. Yeah, I throw an egg on there, but
Yeah, I take that. Lost River.
Fuck that shit.
Lost River.
Yeah, Lost River. It's
Because
called.
it got Eva Mendes in it.
I think it might do. It must have
Looks
been
like
after. Oh, it's got John
Oh.
Krasinski. No, it doesn't have all those fucking people in it.
Mm.
After he made the Lost River.
That's quite cool that he's done that, though.
It is pretty cool.
Big up.
Big up Ryan
It's a bit
Gosling.
weird he hasn't gone back into it.
Yeah, maybe it didn't
Maybe it was
go too well for him.
shit.
Listen.
In fairness as well, he's had some great roles. on
Oh,
his
so
plate.
Christina Hendricks is the lead, and it's also got in it Saoirse Ronan. I'm not going to try and say that name. Matt Smith, Eva Mendes, and Ben Mendelsohn. It's got a great
Matt
cast.
Smith as well. What a random person.
Yeah, but Christina Hendricks is the lead. But it looks pretty cool.
That's a
I
really
reckon
cool.
we try,
that's a
and,
really
we
cool
try and watch
poster.
that
I
at some
like that,
point. I mean, I actually don't think it's supposed to be amazing, but I think it was supposed to be quite ambitious.
Yeah, probably trying something really out there. So
Yeah.
fair enough.
Do you know what else is ambitious? Blancmange.
We're not talking about
Shut
Blancmange.
up, mate.
That was last episode.
Sorry, that was last week.
That's the last
Yeah.
week.
Do you know what I miss?
Blancmange.
I do miss Blancmange. You know, I miss Mars Delights.
Mars Delight.
Do you ever have a Mars Delight when you were younger?
It's like an angel delight, but Marcy.
Oh no, you don't know. If
Is it
you've
Mars
never
bar?
had one, you two lead better lives than I do because you don't know what I've lost. Mars Delights were like the best chocolate bar that's ever existed. So they came in two pieces, chocolate on the outside,
Twix.
like a can of like caramelly nougat kind of thing, like a Mars, but not quite as like chewy.
So is it
right?
like Mars branded?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
It was Mars branded, and then it had wafer in the middle, like wrapped up.
I think I've seen pictures of these.
I like the Milky Way crispy rolls.
They're coming back, mate.
They are buying them in Premier.
They got rid of them for like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah, they discontinued them.
What did we talk about recently that was discontinued? And we were like, what the fuck? Why have they... Oh, no, this is at work.
Oh.
Shit.
Joe's
your other
disassociating.
Sorry, guys.
Crispy rolls got discontinued just after COVID, I think.
That's sad.
They caused COVID.
And they were the super spreaders.
Someone in Wuhan had a crispy roll Milky Way, and then nothing
Blowing
was the
on
same.
people.
Oh, that does look nice.
Oh.
That wafer looks
That's a
like
Mars Delight.
Oh,
the
it's
kind of
so
bueno
good,
type
yeah.
I
vibe.
like how it's layered on itself.
Yeah,
Fucking.
I've seen the
And they got
packaging.
rid of it because it had too many calories.
Never
Like,
seen
if you're
that.
eating a fucking Mars chocolate
Yeah,
bar,
you're
it
not
gives a
even
fucking
kidding.
shit.
Yeah.
Galaxy Ripple.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that wavy.
Oh,
yeah,
they
like
were
a
so
twirl
good.
as well.
But yeah, Milky Way crispy rolls are really good, and I was
Really
really
lovely.
sad when they got rid of them. I tried to go B&M and buy like loads before they got rid of them, and I
Look at
never
Premiers.
done the
Premiers
same
have
thing.
like random.
Well, now they're back. I'm not too worried because I can get
Yeah,
them
just in
wherever.
shops.
But yeah, Masterlight is the big. You guys, yeah, you live.
I wonder how
better
Premier
ones.
get all this shit. They always have like random, not just import stuff. Not about the American
Yeah,
stuff.
but they get-
just have random dead stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, where'd you get this?
Yeah,
That's a 18-year-old stock, man.
Yeah.
That's like
Probably what it is.
someone
Yeah.
found a little storage unit has all this locked up in it.
I'd love that. That would be the best storage unit. All old candy that doesn't
old
exist
All gone
anymore.
out of date though.
You'd
I don't
be
give a shit
people
about that.
collect it though, weirdly.
Yeah.
I used
I
to.
bet you eat it as well.
I have a really random thing to end the episode on.
Go on then.
So you know how much I love M&Ms.
Yes.
Like M&Ms
I
are
like
like
it.
they're not my like favorite chocolate bar. Dime bars are my favorite chocolate bar, but I have a real passion for M&Ms,
Right.
right? And when I lived in a village,
Yep.
I moved next to someone who
Yeah.
had the UK's largest collection of M&M
Oh,
chocolate
really?
bars and memorabilia.
What the fuck?
And
That's so
he had
weird.
like a normal, like kind of same sort of similar house shaped like this. And then you go into the back garden and he has just a fucking shed that's like the entire length of like, I don't know, a fucking like probably from like my car to like the back of your garden. This
What?
huge long shed. You just walk in and it's got like everything that's ever happened with M&M's ever in
That's
it.
crazy.
So random.
It was absolutely
You
bizarre.
were
And he
right
was on the
next door to
BBC and right next door to him, and he let us have a look around.
Did he ever give you M&Ms?
He didn't know because he collected them, mate. He wouldn't let us fucking eat them. He had. Do you remember the little like?
Never eat them.
Yeah. Do you remember the little M&M?
So I'm allergic to
things?
nuts.
They were like this big, and they were like the characters, and they were like solid chocolate with M&Ms.
Yeah, like the actual.
He had all of those. He had everything. It was
It
bizarre.
was a bit weird.
It was a
Well,
really
each to their own. It's not weird.
yeah.
but,
It's
like,
a cool. I mean, it's an interesting little
Yeah.
thing to collect, but it was just weird that I ended up
It's
moving
better
something
than
next to
like
someone.
My Little Pony.
Yeah, or like something a bit
Yeah.
creepy.
Like bronies.
Oh,
At least it's
the
M&M's,
brownies.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
He's innocent.
And you know what? If the world ends, you've got quite a good supply of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, chocolate and sugar.
Protein.
Chocolate and sugar have a hell of a headache, but
Did you go to
protein? What the fuck are you talking about?
nuts? Protein and nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Peanuts,
Technically,
dickhead.
yeah.
Fair, all right, fair. You can
Fuck
have
you.
that. Fine, I'll take
Did you
that.
go
I'll
to
take that.
M&M World in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for very long.
Did you buy any M&Ms?
No.
Did you buy any M&M memorabilia?
I did buy some M&Ms, I think.
Did you?
Yeah. But not that many, just to have some.
Packet of peanut.
I went to the Disney store in Times Square. That was cool, and bought a
Mm.
really cool Yoda Christmas ornament, which like spins around.
Lovely.
When I was in London, the M&M shop there had like a queue to get in. I didn't
Yeah.
want to go in.
Oh,
I don't
always,
like M&Ms.
yeah.
but I
Leicester
didn't-
Square
I was like,
Lego
Jesus.
store. We went past there and
Yeah.
like, fuck this, because
It's
it was cute.
manic, bro. I went in the Lego store though.
But they do like
Cool.
exclusive stuff in some of the stores, which is
Mm.
annoying.
They also have like really cool builds in there. They had the, when I went, they had the staircases in Hogwarts where they like move and shit. They had this like built version, not like the whole thing obviously, but they had like a staircase that was going like backwards up to the ceiling,
Mm.
and then they had another one bend off, and it looked really cool. There's
There
some
you
good builds.
They are smart.
It's a
those
really cool
master
store.
You're
builders.
smart.
Oh yeah,
You're smart.
Smart.
Lego is fun, isn't it?
I love Lego.
Yeah.
I've got a Jaws set that I need to do.
Oh man, I really want the big
The
Jurassic
ship,
Park
the boat.
gate.
With little Bruce.
Bruce.
Bruce
He's eating the
Shack.
boat. He's eating the boat.
He's eating the boat from the big.
Mm,
Nice.
Or you get the hook and hook him up.
I do want a massive set one day. I'd love to get like the Millennium Falcon or like the
Death
like
Star.
a stupid.
They're
one.
going out now. There's gonna.
Yeah,
they
they're all
reckon there's
gone.
gonna be a new Death Star UCS series.
Mm.
Which
Or
will be-
Khazad-dûm.
Yeah,
Oh,
all the
the
new like
towers.
Rivendell and stuff.
The
All the new Lord of the
Rivendell,
Rings ones look
yeah.
fucking
Oh.
sick. They're so
I
cool.
want it.
And yeah, they do the Jurassic Park like the gates with the T-Rex.
Have you seen the newest release? They do it next month.
No.
It's
No, I'm not
fucking
on
Edward Cullen's house from Twilight.
Oh yeah, I saw the reveal on the woman that reveals it, and they're all like,
Weird. I think it'd be a really good set to invest in though.
yeah, people will go.
Their
nuts
house was
for it.
really bizarre in Twilight because it was like made of glass, and it's like
And
you
wood.
don't want people to see you.
Yeah.
Or you
In
do
the
you
light,
want
but
daylight as
sunlight.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're basically living in fucking John Lennon's glass
Oh,
house, like you
gross.
fucking idiots.
Twilight might be the worst franchise of cinema. It's
I
so
like the
shit.
first one.
No, they're just
first
all
one
bad.
The
is
first
like-
one is
it's not good.
just about
No,
okay.
It's not good, but it's enjoyable.
It's
to
got
watch.
the interesting baseball
Nah.
scene in it with
Yeah.
supermassive black hole.
You've got hold on tight, Spider Monkey.
Oh, I just hate it.
and then
It's
the
so
legs go
bad.
forward.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Have you seen it?
I've seen literally
The legs
all
are
of
like
them.
this, aren't they? They're like going forward, and it's
Bro,
really
they're
weird.
So shit.
They are fucking terrible. I
It's
did get caught up in
god-awful.
Twilight Height. I have read the books.
Have you?
Oh, God.
Fuck that.
I've read all 4
Fuck
books.
that.
You're
Oh,
banished.
3? No, there is
There's
4. Because there's 5 films,
Breaking
isn't there?
Dawn.
Yeah. Eclipse, New Moon, Twilight, Breaking Dawn.
Part 1, Part 2.
I've read all 4 books. They
I've
are
seen all the
terrible.
films, but I've not read any of the books.
But I was dating
Okay.
someone who was really into it, so I was like, I gotta do it, haven't I? And they were terrible.
They are ass.
But the films are shocking.
I remember, I don't know which one it is, but there was one where there was a scene where she had like the baby.
CGI
Oh, the
baby.
Oh my
CGI baby
fucking
is
God.
That's
so...
Breaking Dawn Part 2.
It was so shit.
And I just love, like, Jacob just constantly being topless.
That
Wherever
film-
he is,
yeah.
he's like...
that Breaking Dawn Part 2 just felt like an amalgamation of scenes of them arguing in their house
Yeah.
whilst the baby is being born.
Yeah.
And
And I
that's
don't
it.
like the ending pissed me off because I thought they did quite a cool ending where they all had a big fight and then like loads of them died and they were like, this is what could happen.
It's like fucking Avengers, but with fucking vampires. And
Yeah,
werewolves.
but actually nothing happens.
No.
It's
They
Avengers.
had a
They had a
dream.
fucking dream because she's predicted what would happen if they
Yeah.
don't agree with each other.
Yeah, that pissed me
That
right
was
off.
fucking
That
irritating.
is one of the worst endings
Yeah, it
ever.
is so bad.
That is
The,
typical,
but the
like,
book has a terrible ending as well because it gets to this point where they're all like, "Oh, we're gonna fight,"
Yeah,
and then
fuck,
they
I
find
remember- I
some,
forgot all
and they
this.
find some fucking tribal person that's done exactly what they've done. They're like, they're okay, and they're like, all right, then I'll just forget about it. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what they do in the film a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
so I remember like
weird.
some really big deaths happening.
It's
You're
got
like,
Rami Malek in it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's the
Anna
Earth
Kendrick,
guy.
You're like,
like,
what
yeah.
the fuck is happening? How have they died? And then it's like,
Mm.
it was all a dream.
It was terrible. I mean, it's all terrible.
Yeah.
But the first one has
It
an
has
an
moments.
interesting cringe factor
and
to
it's
it.
the first one, so it's got that.
Yeah.
No.
I liked
Introduced
it.
us to Robert Pattinson.
It is the Phantom Menace.
Oh, it's worse than that.
fucking way worse. Than...
Yeah.
At least the Phantom Menace has one redeeming
Phantom Menace has legs to it.
Two-
Yeah, like Twilight's
two
just
scenes.
tosh.
I can't believe we felt everyone just like went head over heels for
Yeah.
it. Really,
It blows
Are you
my
Team
mind.
Edward or are you
It
Team
actually
Jacob?
blows my
Jedward.
mind.
No.
That's who I'm
That's
team.
not
Because
true.
at least like after that, I think the next big team one was like the Hunger Games, wasn't it? But they
Yeah.
were like
Yeah,
a
but
bit
the
better.
Hunger Games are quite good.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
were
like
good.
the Hunger Games. And then there was Maze Runner.
Yeah, see, that
Maze
isn't
Runner.
as good. I think the Hunger Games
They just
kind
got
of
boring.
peaked
They're all
it.
grey looking.
They're all
fucking
grey,
shit.
like
Watch trials
yeah,
and-
like young adult novel films.
yeah.
weren't
Poor
they?
people shit.
Poor people.
No, but you know, like the poor people like having to
It's
fight
commentary
rich
on
people for
class,
shit.
isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Parasite came along.
Yeah.
And
And,
just
yeah,
did
it's
it
just
really
like,
well.
fuck you, that's how you do it. Anyway,
Anyway, we should wrap up.
thank you
Big
for
thank
listening or
yous.
watching. Don't ever do that again.
Got your finger.
Oh, the camera's on. I'm
It is
trying
there,
to
it's
do
there.
the,
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
the AI
Yeah.
thing. It's just a phone.
L for
thing.
love.
Hi. Yeah. Listen to us again next week.
Come back.
Come back.
Go to the website.
Go listen to
Have
our
a look
old
around.
stuff. We interviewed Maddie Harris from Paddington. Did you know that? Go fucking listen to it.
That's very valid.
It's true. No, yeah. Yeah. Aggressive, but true. Anyway,
Goodbye.
ciao for now.
Chelsea's.
Ciao.